gentlemen, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag.
Ms Bene.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order.
Please be seated.
Ready. Sit.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Governor Cuomo and Acting Commissioner Coombe, I would like to welcome you to the graduation ceremonies for Correctional Officer Recruit classes number 94A and 94-4B. My name is Melvin Williams. I am the Superintendent of Gowanda Correctional Facility, which only began receiving inmates on Monday of this week. Because we are a new facility, this is the first opportunity we've had for a public event. We'd like to take advantage of this fact by allowing you, the recruits, and your guests to hear just a few of the people who were instrumental in making this prison a reality. First, I'd like to call upon Robert Gaylord, who is the supervisor of the town of Collins, in which Gowanda Correctional Facility is located. Mr. Gaylord.
Good afternoon and thank you. Welcome to the town of Collins, Governor, staff, and graduates. Congratulations on the fulfilling of your first step in your career with DOCS. It's a great day for Collins and the Gowanda area, and I think the outstanding too tried really is a culmination of good government and an involved and supportive community. It's the culmination of the hard work and dedication of many people, and I'd like to just take a second to thank some of those people, and obviously at the chance of forgetting someone, but I'd like to start with the former, now retired superintendent of the Collins Correctional Facility, Charlie James, and I don't think we could have had a better superintendent for an opening facility than Charlie James, and his heart and soul is in this place, believe me. Of course, Vic Herbert, our Collins superintendent currently, who's been an excellent gentleman to work with, and has been, I think, a continuation of the type of cooperation that we've grown to know and expect from Department of Corrections. And his dep, Tommy Mudra, who's an old friend and always fun to talk with on the phone. Of course, Mel Williams, who really started his career under Charlie James, and Mel's back home, as we say. Also like to thank our New York State elected representatives who, despite their political affiliations, always come together for what is really best for this community and for our area. And certainly, without Dale Volker, this would not be a reality. Franny Portum, and I was teasing Franny right now as to whether or not he was wearing a bloody shirt, because I know this last spring on the assembly side, things that were not always easy. Billy Stahowski and all their predecessors, certainly former Commissioner Tom Coughlin, and of course a special thanks to Governor Cuomo and his office, and locally the Community Advisory Board for all the time and hours that they put in. There's just one more person before I leave the podium I wanted to thank, and unfortunately he's not here today. He's going to be retiring in a couple weeks, and many here know who this gentleman is, and for the recruits you probably maybe have never heard of him, but the Deputy or Associate Commissioner Kevin Travis. We're going to miss Kevin a great deal. I think in an era of public distrust of government and its bureaucracy, Kevin really stepped up, and I guess this was an oasis, if you will. He was someone we could trust, especially when we needed it. We've been up and running here for about 12 years now, and things were not always as cooperative. It was not necessarily an easy transition from the Gowanda Psych Center to the new correctional facilities. And Kevin was a gentleman who stood up, who we could trust, who was a straight shooter, and a good person to deal with. And I think his spirit is what really helped bring us together today in terms of further expansion with the cooperation of everyone else. There's no question in my mind that we wouldn't be standing here, and this place would not have been built without people like Kevin Travis. And so I wanted to publicly thank him and let the governor and staff know what a good man he was. In closing, I just want to say that this really is an example of what cooperation can do, of how the system can and is supposed to work, from the Community Advisory Board locally right on up. And I know as a supervisor of the town of Collins, we are looking forward to a continued and a positive relationship. We're looking forward to further expansion, Governor, and the jobs that it brings and the much-needed economic boost in the arm to our area. The town of Collins will show the state of New York and its taxpayers how we can do it cheaper and better as we once did with mental health. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gaylord. Just about every prison around the state has a community advisory board. Its role is to serve as a vital link between the prison and the community. Here at Gowanda, we will share the same advisory board that has existed at Collins since it opened in 1982. One of our board members is Doris Smith. Doris.
I'm just pleased to be here and be asked to be here. The advisory board for the Collins and Gowanda units are pleased to have the training academy in the area. Local people have made numerous comments in the positive and hope that possibly we can keep it here. The academy will remain for a while, but they'd like to see it permanent. The correctional facility has helped our economics, mainly in my view because I am the tax collector and property does not stay vacant very long. If it goes up for sale, it's not long and it's sold. I just want to wish you all well in your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, Doris. Thanks, Doris. As correction officers, you recruits will be represented by Council 82 of the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees. Its executive director is Joseph Puma. Council 82's president is Thomas Kennedy. Mr. Puma, Mr. Kennedy.
I guess we're doing it together, Tom, huh? It's a two-man show, I guess. Good afternoon, recruits. It's good to see you all. I'm very proud to be standing before you today, in front of yourselves, your families, the administration people, the Council 82 people, the governor, obviously, and most importantly, standing in front of this facility. It's a long time coming. We need more of these facilities. You'll know that once you enter the system. Overcrowding is out there. We are understaffed. When people see you walk into the facilities, you're going to be a welcome sight. They're going to be happy to have you there with them to alleviate some of the overtime and to assist in the functions they perform. Now, at times, people are going to tell you that it's an unrewarding job. That's a lie. I have 17 and a half years in the department, and it's a very rewarding job because it's a job that very few men and women can do. And if you're one of the few that can do it, I tip my hat to you. I wish you well, and please, always be safe. Thank you.
As I remember, about 14 years ago, almost to the day, I started the Department of Corrections. I remember it was a proud day when you put your uniforms on, and you went out there and you marched through, and you looked very, very good. I also remember how proud my family was of the accomplishment of getting through the academy. And they really didn't know what was in store for them in the years to come. And there's going to be good times, there's going to be bad times. But always remember one thing, the Council 82 and the Department of Correctional Services is a family. We stick together, and we're here for you, and you're here for us, and we're very, very proud of you today. And on behalf of your 26,000 brothers and sisters and law enforcement officers across the state, we wish you luck, and we're very, very proud of you and your families. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Puma and Mr. Kennedy. There are nearly 30,000 employees within the New York State Department of Correctional Services, and its 69 prisons house more than 66,000 offenders. Responsible for the management and operation of this entire system is Acting Commissioner Phil Coombe. Commissioner Coombe.
Thank you, Superintendent. Before I do anything else, I've got to quickly thank a couple of people here today. I can't let their efforts go unspoken because they are a lot of the reason of why we are here. First, Bob Gaylord, who you know is the supervisor of the town of Collins. And Bob, you hit it right on the head before when you talked about cooperation and so forth. Then Barbara Gatens, who I believe is not here, the president of the Collins and Gowanda Community Advisory Board, and Don Lazar, mayor of the village of Gowanda. I want to thank each of you, as well as the entire Gowanda town and village governments, and all of the members of the advisory board for your efforts. Without you, we wouldn't be here today. I have never seen two governmental bodies work so hard together and well together as you did with the Community Advisory Board. You showed that government and the average citizen can work for the best interests of your community. I've been involved in corrections for 35 years. I started at the bottom also. And I can tell you that I have never seen an empty prison bed. There are always more inmates backed up in county jails than there are beds available in the system. But I still hear people say that we build prisons to gain their economic impact, and I tell them that just isn't true. When we need to house more inmates, then we look to build prisons. And that's when the economic impact is a major consideration for the communities who compete for prisons. Let me give you some examples and some numbers for Collins. 64% of the Collins employees lived within 20 miles of the prison, and 50% of its employees were originally employed by Gowanda Psychiatric Center. That should tell you two things. First, that we bring a lot of jobs into the community. Second, we try to fill those jobs with workers from your community. We haven't done all your hiring yet here at Gowanda, but it's going to be substantial. It's a payroll of more than $8 million in a year for 430 jobs, 307 in security, 53 in support, and 51 in programs, 19 in health. And I promise you that we will fill them just the way we did at Collins. We've added even more jobs if you include the 63 instructors who are here teaching 211 recruits at the Gowanda Annex to the Training Academy. Collins and Lakeview did a magnificent job of getting the training annex and the prison in order in a very short period of time. We weren't even on this campus 3 or 4 weeks ago. And if you look and see what has transpired here in the last few weeks and in the last 24 hours, it's amazing, and my hat is off to all of you. In fact, the recruits here today are the first to graduate from the Academy Annex, which I believe to be the first academy we've ever had in Western New York. I'd now like to ask the recruits to stand so that I can administer you the oath of office. Please rise. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do hereby pledge and declare that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and I will faithfully discharge the duties of the position of Correction Officer. Thank you. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce to you the Governor of the State of New York, Mario M. Cuomo.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Phil Coombe, Superintendent Williams, Assemblyman Fran Portum, who indeed, without whom we would not have had this celebration today, Tom Kennedy and Joe Puma, Doris Smith, and Supervisor Robert Gaylord. I thank you, first of all, for the privilege of being able to address you today. You know, all over the nation, states battle local communities when they're trying to find sites for their new prisons. It's a struggle in at least 49 of the states. There are protests, there are lawsuits, and all sorts of roadblocks are erected with people protesting, not in my backyard, we don't want a prison. That doesn't happen here. Our prisons are welcome, and as Acting Commissioner Coombe has indicated, there's always a list of the next 10 or 12 communities that are actually looking for a prison. We've built a couple in Ogdensburg and a pair in Malone, 2 in Coxsackie, and now another 2 in Comstock. But 3, Collins 1, Collins 2, and now Gowanda, nobody else has 3. I'm inquiring of Tom Coughlin and Coombe and all the others to see where the contract is, but I'll tell you it's a good one and a strong one. And everybody seems to be pleased by the results. As I look among you today, I see the normal gathering that I always enjoy at events like this, the staff and the community that support the prison. But there's a unique aspect to our gathering today. Just outside of the Gowanda fence is the annex of the Albany Training Academy. 63 of you are graduating today. And now you'll begin 4 weeks of on-the-job training, and after that, your first permanent assignments as corrections officers. I felt it was important to be here today, not only to honor your commitment to this critical, although frankly, often thankless profession, but because I think that what I have to say has a lot to do with why Gowanda welcomed not one, not two, but 3 prisons into its midst. This is an unusual moment in our history as a people in the United States of America and in New York State. It may even be a unique moment in our history. Certainly to the best of my recollection and study, there's never in modern time been the kind of crime that we witness today everywhere on a daily basis. There has never been the extent of violence, and there has never been this kind of violence. Not 50 years ago in the 103rd Precinct in South Jamaica, Queens, that was regarded as a tough place, and still is, where we've lost policemen, more than one, wasted by others with semi-automatic weapons. Never has there been the inexplicable violence of 5% of the world's population going mad on 50% of the world's cocaine, carrying more weapons than any place in world history. Never has there been a society like this one. And all of that made worse by the fact that we're also the most blessed, the most generously endowed in world history. God never anywhere was as good as he was to the people of this nation. We are the strongest economy and the strongest military force the world has ever seen. We are an engine of opportunity for 20 generations of people like my parents and yours or your grandparents or somewhere in your line. People who could not have made it anywhere else came here and made it very well indeed. And for all of that richness and success, we are the most violent place on earth, and nobody fully understands it. And you now are at the center of our attention, our concern, and our confusion. And the situation is confusing and controversial. The whole subject of criminal justice and how to deal with this problem stymies the most intelligent people we have. We lurch from one position to another, trying to find solutions, and no one can confidently say that they have the answer. You will be right in the midst of the controversy, right in the midst of the confusion. Let me talk to you about that a little bit. I looked up the history of Gowanda Psychiatric Center, and one of the things that I learned was that it was originally named the Collins Farm State Homeopathic Hospital. That was in 1898. Homeopathic physicians believe that you can cure a disease by giving the patient just a minor dose of it, hoping the body will develop an immunity. It's kind of like if you have allergies today, a doctor will inject you with a little ragweed in the hopes you develop an immunity to its pollen. Prisons use a form of homeopathic medicine almost everywhere in the United States. You dribble privileges to the inmate population to encourage good conduct, and the hope is that inmates ultimately will change their behavior, at least a little. That's the correctional theory. It is not, however, the total reality. You men and women who are already COs know all about it, and you recruits will learn all about it, and it won't take long. We also grant and take away inmate privileges to help control their actions against the employees, like yourselves. Now, no one in American history has heard more stories than I have as governor for the last 11 or so years about our prisons being cushy, I hear it so much I get tired of it. People run up to you, and occasionally even professionals. Why is it so easy? The inmates have it better off inside than they do outside. No wonder they commit so many crimes. They have all these luxuries. If they have all these luxuries, why do you need 20,000 corrections officers? You're trying to prevent people from breaking into the joint? Seems like a seductive place to me. Boy, they lift weights. Great, play ball. I wish I could lift weights and play ball. Watch cable television. What is it, a country club? Do you have to know somebody to get into this place? You think I'm kidding? It gets aggravating after a while. And they mean it. They believe it. The media doesn't help. I never have seen a really good story telling the truth about the correctional system and these so-called luxuries. I never saw a story that really explains that I get 32,000 grievances a year against the system. Is that from people who have too many luxuries? Is that why they sue about 8,000 times a year, because they're dying to stay in? The stories, frankly, are ridiculous. They also make it a little bit more difficult to try to govern and to get you treated properly by the whole society. Down on Staten Island a few weeks ago, a newspaper printed a front-page story about Arthur Kill Prison. The headline was, "The Dark Side of Arthur Kill. A detailed look inside prison shows bleak brutality." Now make up your mind. What is it, a country club? Who are these guys? Tomas de Torquemada? They torture them? Or are they being good to them? The paper noted 12 inmate-on-inmate assaults in a 6-month period and nearly as many inmate-on-staff assaults. Well, that's what we're trying to prevent in our prisons, is violence. Violence against employees is our first and primary consideration. Violence against one another is a problem, too. We don't want to see that. But we're even more concerned about violence against the people who are willing to go in there and do this difficult work for us. Preventing escapes and violence to communities like Gowanda is another high responsibility. They welcome you here. But we owe them something for that. We have to protect them. We can't allow people to escape into their midst and keep them constantly off balance, constantly concerned, wondering when somebody's going to come to their back door, who really ought to be on the other side of the wall. We also have an obligation to protect inmates against violent acts perpetrated by other inmates, of course. And when your recruits leave here next week, those are going to be your responsibilities, all of them. Then you'll hear the state criticized as soft on inmates because we let them watch TV. And for half our prisons, where there is no over-the-air reception, we make the inmates pay for cable. That makes us soft on crime, right? You men and women are going to learn differently, and probably you know it already. In the bad old days, when I first went to Ossining, when the electric chair was there, I had, I guess, the next to last person sentenced to death in the state of New York. But in those days, at the Clintons and the Sing Sings and the Auburns, hundreds of inmates gathered in auditoriums to watch movies. The movie would start, the lights go out, the room becomes dark, 6 or 7 COs and 600 or 700 inmates. And all hell then could break loose. And very often it did. You older, more experienced COs know about that. The inmates would take payback against one another, and then they would often attack officers as well. And when the lights came back on, nobody saw or did anything. And the floor was littered with contraband. Today, you'll supervise 30 or 40 inmates gathered in a well-lit day room to watch TV. No violence, no attacks. You can watch everyone, and you can even watch everyone's eyes. And you are safer. The critics don't understand that. They frankly don't worry a whole lot about protecting you. We do. And when you try telling them, number one, it doesn't cost you any money. Believe me, this is the telephone calls, they reverse the charges, we don't use taxpayers' money. They don't believe that because they don't believe politicians at all. And when you tell them, well, we're doing it for the safety of the corrections officers, they won't accept that either. This is a confusing time. This is a tough time. This is an angry time. This is the most violent period in our history, and it has consequences. It affects people's judgments and their equilibrium. It is a troublesome time. It's hard to get people to understand the truth. Sometimes it's very hard to do the right thing because it's not popular. You recruits will hear people criticize the fact that the courts make us give inmates postage stamps every week. Frankly, most of the professionals I talk to, and I talk to the people like Coombe and Coughlin before him and the professionals, and Joe Puma and Tom Kennedy, the professionals who represent the men and women who are working inside, that's where I get my knowledge. I'm no expert. I've been there before some of them because I'm older than they are, but I wasn't there as a professional. I go to them and I listen about things like postage stamps, and what they tell me is it's a low price we pay for what it buys. Veteran COs have told me that one of the reasons for the Attica riot in '71 was inmate frustration over their belief that no one was getting or acting on their complaints. 11 prison employees died because of that kind of frustration. That's a number that's impossible to forget. Today I give inmates stamps so that they can air their grievances by taking pen to paper instead of taking a shiv to some CO's back. I don't think of that as coddling inmates, frankly. You're about to learn something the veterans already know. The so-called benefits that we give inmates are far more important tools that we provide you with to protect yourselves and your colleagues. The power to revoke inmate privileges is one of the greatest tools you have to do your job. Because they get privileges, you have something you can take away from them. And the professionals tell me that can be a very useful thing indeed in this complicated, convoluted world inside these walls. The cost of running prisons. Now that's something else I hear a lot about. You probably don't up here. New York spends too much money to run prisons. No matter where I go in this state, I get hit with that. It's odd, isn't it? Everybody complaining about you don't do enough to stop crime. And then you get down to New York City or almost any part of the state, and the first thing they say is, Governor, you've built more prisons than anybody. Truth is, I've built more prisons, more prison cells, listen to this, than all the governors in the history of the state of New York before me combined. That's sick. It really is. I did it because we had to do it. You can imagine what this state would look like if we didn't build those prison cells. You have people outside who belong inside now. How many more would you have had if we didn't build all those cells? But it's sick that you had to, is it not? What does that say about your society? That in 2 terms, you can build more prison cells than a couple of 100 years before you combined? Something's wrong. And so they say you're spending too much on prisons. I'll let you in on a little secret. The cost of running prisons is the correction officer. That's where the money is, in the corrections officer. Anyone saying we should cut prison costs is saying we should eliminate you. There's no way around it. Do the math. Based on last year's numbers, it cost us just under $25,000 to incarcerate an inmate for a year. That's $67 a day. 34 of the 67 pays correction officer salaries. $10 pays for administration. Programs cost $6. We spend $5 a day on medical. The last $12 is for employee fringe benefits. So the place to cut, obviously, would be corrections officer salaries. That's what I'd have to do if I listened to the people who say our prisons are too expensive. Incidentally, they say it on both sides of the aisle. The comptroller said it. A few years ago, the comptroller issued a report saying we should reduce the number of COs, listen to this, by 1/3. He didn't say reduce the number of prisoners by 1/3, leave the prisoners where they are, reduce the corrections officers by 1/3. Let 2/3 of the men and women who are there now do the job. We'll save a lot of money. Oh yes, you would save a lot of money. You would lose a few lives pretty quick, but you would save a lot of money. I disagreed. A political action group said just about the same thing last year. They say it every year. And I'll tell you something. You want to hear something worse? It would be popular if you did it. All of the things I just referred to you offer great opportunities for popularity. Cut out all those privileges, 600, 700 in a room. Let them watch movies the old days, the way George Raft and Jimmy Cagney did. It was good enough for them. It's good enough for these guys. Forget the cable TV. Forget the stamps. Forget all that jazz. That's fluff. I'm really tough. I'm Mr. Macho. I'm going to bring back the gallows. I'm going to bring back the tough old days. You could win an election that way. It's also cheap and tawdry and stupid and wrong for the people of the state, and especially for the corrections officers. I could cut 1/3, we could cut 1/2. And a lot of people would cheer. Now that's savings. And they'd also tell you, incidentally, having saved the money there, spend it on me. That's also part of the syndrome. Well, we're not going to do that. Increased officer salaries are expensive. I built a lot of prisons, right? That's not I didn't do it, incidentally. Fran Portum did it. Dale Volcker did it. The legislature does it with me. I don't want to take all the credit or all the blame. But I have been around. There were just over 9,000 corrections officers when I became governor. Today we have more than twice that number. There were 9,000. Now we have more than twice that number. That's $385 million more. That's close to $500 million. And you are worth every penny of it. And if we get more prisoners, we will need more corrections officers. And you will need them to help you. And the people will need them. And if this government does it right, it should provide them. No matter what the people out there say, because they're wrong on this subject. Governors are often said to have edifice complexes. Maybe this governor will be known as the governor who built prisons. I'm not happy about that. That's not what I came into this life for. I came into this life to give kids education, to give people jobs, to give to the young people in South Jamaica what they gave to me, a safe community, a chance to get married, to be successful, to live safely. Nobody ever came at me with a crack pipe. There wasn't even heroin until the mid-60s. I got all through my youth with nothing worse than marijuana and la cucaracha. That's all there was reefers was the big deal. And now we're leaving them a society where in my old neighborhood they're surrounded by pimps, prostitutes, drug addicts, fornicators, every kind of violence. Kids go out at 2 years of age and they begin to become familiar with the sound of gunfire before they've ever heard an orchestra. I came into public life to change that a little bit. And I think maybe, just building prisons is probably not exactly what I intended to do. But it's what has to be done in order to keep us as safe as we can be. Now, you are the most professional workforce in the United States of America. You and the people who came before you are the most professional workforce of your kind in the United States of America. That's not an empty boast. The ACA, the American Correctional Association, says so. Their auditors go around this nation surveying prisons and rating their operations. 62 of our 69 prisons have been accredited. 62 of 69. That means nearly every one of our prisons meets or exceeds national standards. Your training and dedication give New Yorkers the safest and most secure prison system in the country. You can look up the numbers, you'll see that I'm right. Or you can ask communities like Malone or Ogdensburg or Comstock or Gowanda. Or you can ask the ACA. Just last month they accredited your correction officer training program. That we're here today is a testament to the high regard and respect that this community has in your work. I'm very proud that I was allowed to come. I'm proud to be with you, and you veterans as well, because you veterans who will teach these recruits how to watch their back. You have been the heart of the system for years now, and you're the ones who have made it the best system in the United States of America. All of you who have chosen this difficult profession, and I don't understand fully why, because I'm not sure I would have had the courage and the willingness to sacrifice that you have, because this is a very, very tough job. You honor us by choosing the vocation that you have. On behalf of all New Yorkers, I thank you for your willingness to do this very difficult work. You have joined the ranks of some of the finest professionals in the country. I congratulate you, I wish you well, And I assure you that this state will do everything it reasonably can to keep you safe and fairly compensated for your work. Thank you very much for letting me join you today.
Governor, we'd be honored if you would assist me in awarding the diplomas and the badges to these recruits. Superintendent, would you please read the roll call?
Correction Officer Todd Adams. Correction Officer Brian Allen. Correction Officer Elizabeth Appman. Correction Officer Michael Benware. Correction Officer Carl Bergman. Correction Officer William Biondillo. Correction Officer Michael Blasi. Correction Officer David Boyce. Correction Officer Michael Brokaw. Correction Officer Stephen Brown. Correction Officer Gregory Burnell. His father, Darwin Burnell, a retired correction officer from Clinton, will present his badge. Correction Officer Timothy Burr. Correction Officer Jackson Kabiska. Correction Officer Robert Chapin. Correction Officer Robert Cook. Correction Officer Daniel Corrento. Correction Officer Patrick Cottrell. Correction Officer Chris D'Angelo. Correction Officer Chris Davis. Correction Officer Timothy DePetro, badge to be presented by Lieutenant Douglas Powers from Otisville Correctional Facility. Correction Officer Charles Dixon. Correction Officer Dwayne Donaldson. Correction Officer John Dermeyer. Correction Officer Peter Emanuel. Correction Officer William Flynn. Correction Officer Jeffrey Foster. Correction Officer Charles Francis. Correction Officer Van Fuller. Correction Officer Richard Gallatin. Correction Officer Carrie Green. Correction Officer Michael Hesse, badge to be presented by his father, retired Correction Officer Paul Hesse. Correction Officer Frank Homer. Correction Officer Carl Joseph. Session 94A 4B, Correction Officer Joseph Drosick. Correction Officer Walter Jury. Correction Officer Matthew Kelch. Correction Officer Robert Kirkpatrick. Correction Officer Shane Kraybacher. Correction Officer Chris Larrabee. Badge to be presented by his father, Correction Officer Francis Larrabee from Elmira Correctional Facility. Correction Officer Raymond Larry. Correction Officer Kenneth Lobel. Correction Officer Maureen Levinsky. Correction Officer Alec Maltson. Correction Officer Suzanne Middleton. Correction Officer Alan Miner. Correction Officer Edward Murphy. Correction Officer Donald Oliver Jr. Badge to be presented by his brother, David Oliver, Correction Officer from Downstate Correctional Facility. Correction Officer Chris Pecor. Correction Officer Edward Reardon. Correction Officer Wayne Repine. Correction Officer Terrace Rue. Correction Officer Daniel Sanchez. Correction Officer James Sandifer. Badge to be presented by his mother, Betty DeMarco, Correction Officer from Shawangunk Correction Facility. Correction Officer Robert Santoro, recently reinstated. Correction Officer Stephen Schul. Correction Officer Kevin Scott. Correction Officer Stephen Scott. Correction Officer Stephen Shattuck. Correction Officer Kevin Spinner. Correction Officer John Stebbins. Correction Officer Paul Trowbridge. Correction Officer Jeffrey White. Correction Officer Dennison Wright.
Governor, on behalf of the recruits, their families, and the employees here, we certainly thank you for coming here and helping us today. It's our honor. I really, really appreciate it. Council 82 has been gracious enough to put on a luncheon for everybody that's here today. They've provided the tents, the food, the tables, everything, and we're thankful to them also. That concludes our ceremony. Thank you.
Button! Huh!
DWI video that we watched about a young soldier who
You're right. It was a good example.
was driving down the road with his buddy on the way home, and he killed his friend. Now, he faced several years in jail for that crime, for the crime of vehicular manslaughter, but instead the parents, who were the victims, who had lost their son, decided that no, that wasn't the place for this young man to grieve his sin, to be rotted away in prison. They realized that they would be better off for him to try to teach and help other people who had been in that similar situation to maybe prevent one more tragedy and more victims. So there is the alternative. It's not always, you know, not all victims are programmed to feel that way, and that is the
You're absolutely right.
alternative.
Okay, hang on, Johnny, hang on. Okay, I gotta get some people who haven't said anything. Hey, Mr. Hunt?
All right, in both cases, okay, like they say, prison don't work.
Uh-huh.
I'm saying they got proven facts that the treatment, that don't work either.
Okay,
So what other alternative is you gonna get?
okay. Wait, 1 second, I wanna get everybody, and then John, you're up. Okay, okay. Anybody else? Okay. Anybody else need to say anything? John, go.
We have a society that believes in violence and violent retribution. That's part of the problem because America was, violence, who was it? Someone once said that violence is as American as apple pie. We have a high rate of violence, a high rate of assaults and murders in this country. And part of the reflection of that is that when anything happens and there's a victim, the immediate thought is, let's kill this motherfucker and send him away and throw away the key and burn him and shoot him and hang him. And until we change that idea of the only response to an act of violence is another act of violence, then
Okay, 1
we
second.
ain't
1
gonna
second.
solve no problem.
John, you haven't seen the point yet, I don't think. Okay, the point I'm trying to make is this, okay? Emotions bring on irrational thoughts.
Yeah,
Okay, we agree.
yeah,
A victim has very strong emotions.
yeah.
Okay. They
They
therefore
may have rational thoughts.
they may have rational thoughts, but it's not likely that they'll have rational thoughts.
They're conditioned not to, I've heard.
For a long time. Okay, now, I don't know if there's supposed to be, and I'm not trying to be a smart person, but a victim rationalization school. I mean, all I'm saying to you is that whether we like it or not, they generally tend to have irrational thoughts. Okay, remember the guy in Pembroke who got the driver Red's car and killed 4 kids?
I know, Dwayne Goodell, yeah.
Okay, all right. Now, everybody wanted his high plus some, okay? And he got a lot of time considering what you can get for a DWI type thing. All I'm saying to you is that if you are physically hurt, or if someone you love is taken away from you, or if you're mentally hurt, I mean, if money's taken away, it's not as extreme. You're going to react, and then your reaction generally tends to be punish the sucker, and punish them hard.
Yes, and we encourage that reaction. What I'm saying is in a society where that reaction is modified or ameliorated by the atmosphere in the society where it's not all blood and guts and gore and hang them, kill them, shoot them, that you might have a different reaction.
Okay.
That the reaction is to some extent conditioned.
Okay, hang on. You're going to say something, I'll get you.
Let's say we did have these type of options and alternatives other than prison. And let's say I got a robbery addiction and I can't help robbing people. You know, I always got to rob people, or I burglarize homes. You know, it's not too severe. It's not serious like killing. Let's say I get busted, and as an alternative to me going to prison for 5 to 10 years, they send me to a rehabilitation for robbery or burglarizing, and all I'm going to do there is 18 months. I don't really think that it's going to change my thought, because I may say, well, damn, you know, I've been burglarizing for 5 years. You know, and I done came off, you know, and all I'm gonna do is 18 months.
Do you think 5 years in this system is going to change you? And also, I would vote for you for district attorney. You sound like a law and order man. What I'm saying to you is that better to treat the crime or the criminal and the causes of the criminality than to just lock them up and throw away the key, or to force them into treatments that aren't appropriate.
I need to ask a question before you speak again. Isn't it true that niceness is considered a weakness in the prison system?
In life.
Yeah,
Okay.
when you, yeah.
Go.
But let's say, cool, we do that. It's not gonna work. Personally, that's my opinion. It may work. But that's why the programs are put inside the prisons. Because the treatment can be given to you while you are serving time for your offensive crime. You're not gonna just get off with doing a crime and just get some treatment. It's bad enough people do crimes, come to jail, get the treatment here in jail, and still go out there and do crimes.
Yes. Because the treatments are coercive.
Okay, hold on one second.
boy,
Hold on one
you
second. Okay, we got Mr.
Oh, I'm
Hunt.
sorry.
we got-
I'm
Okay,
sorry,
Mr.
I'll
Hunt,
stop
you next.
answering.
No, I don't do that.
Okay.
Whoa, whoa. Yes.
All right. Well, speaking truthfully, man, about this rational thing, if something happened to a loved one in my family, you know, something happened to a loved one in my family, I wouldn't want to send them to no treatment center, no prison. I'm taking law and order into my own hands. Period. Simple as that.
Okay, Mr. Hunt?
That's the other alternative.
I think you have to realize that, all of these things, all of these situations, have been portrayed one way or another,
Yes.
and people are influenced, like by television, there's always a lot of sex and violence.
Okay.
And that's geared to stimulate the public and the society in which we live. And people don't realize all the subliminal messages that are conveyed, like, through, say, like a television show that influences a lot. Say like Miami Vice, a lot of people are influenced by that and stuff like that. So you have to realize that, it's not only the people, but it's like the media, the FCC, it's influenced the public.
You've got a good point. I'm going to get you in the back in just 1 second. You've got a good point. The situation in Boston, where the guy got on the car phone, he really shot his wife and shot himself, got on the car phone and said, black guy shot me, and the black community was victimized, certainly, in that situation. Not true?
Yes.
Yeah, and he killed himself. Okay, you were going to say something over here?
Jumped off the bridge.
I was gonna say, that's, enough with the hypotheticals and what might happen, and if we had this, and if we had that, and if things were like this, and if they just, just didn't occur. Let's deal with the reality of those matters. You commit a crime, regardless of what the nature of the crime, the first course of justice is to get you off the street. That's the first course of justice. Now, if you can be rehabilitated in the process, that's fine too. But 9 out of 10, their main objective is to get you off the streets, to take you away from society, so that their society can return back to normal.
Well,
Right.
well, okay, that's a matter of opinion. We're forgetting one thing though, and I think we need to remember this when you're in groups. What I'm trying to get people to understand is that victims have feelings, and victims tend to be irrational. And if you become a victim, that may well be true for you. What I also want you to see is that we can make ourselves victims, and we can make other people victims and not even mean to. Victimization is something that it runs rampant in society. We don't think about what we do. And when we do think about what we do, we tend not to care about the other person.
That's right.
All right? What?
Do you feel that people are victimized by being induced with a lot of things through like television and stuff like that?
I think we're taught to be victimizers. I think that's very true. I think in many ways we're taught to be victimizers. Not in the I want to say the abrupt ways like, assaulting somebody. But we can victimize somebody in relationships in terms of wanting to get somebody and manipulating to get it, and in a way victimizing the person that we're supposed to care about.
Weren't there incidents of people watch certain shows and then go out and try to portray what they've seen?
That's true.
So wouldn't you say that they were indirectly victimized by being
I think that's very possible. I can't argue that. There are studies that say that when somebody watches a football game, after the football game, they tend to be more, what's the word I want? Active, hyped, whatever. But I don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
All I know is that we as a people have to look at and try not to make people victims, and try not to make ourselves victims. So what I need you to be discussing in groups is first of all victims in general, and how not to be victims and how not to have victims.
You can't stop victims. You can't stop from being a victim, and you won't stop people from victimizing. this would be a,
Not totally, yeah, I don't think ever,
you know,
totally.
ongoing. Now, you may decrease it within your situation, but let's say, you know, you're not such a victimizer. You know, you carry yourself and you're very rational. What happens when you become victimized?
You're right.
All that rationality goes out
Right
the
out the door.
window. And, you know,
You're absolutely right.
If you're that rational, maybe you won't put yourself in that position to be victimized.
how you gonna not put yourself in a position to be robbed if you're walking down the street?
Maybe if you're walking down the street, you ain't supposed to be walking. That's irrational.
Well, I think that's, okay, well,
Come on.
I gotta get in here now. Time out. I have heard the line, wait a minute. I have heard the line, and this is what it sounds like, and I gotta say it because it kind of went right through me. I have heard the line that women get raped because they ask for it.
Yeah, they do it.
Male show.
Now, you know, one needs to think about that. Okay?
Hey, I don't agree with
Put the motherfucking short skirts on all that bullshit.
Say that again?
I don't agree with that because most of the women that do get raped aren't the women with the little mini skirts.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
No, they are not those kind of women. The women that get raped are the type of women that some man has probably been watching, is probably obsessed with. Every time I see a woman get raped, it's been brought to the news, whatever, she didn't say she had on a mini skirt and she had on some type of bikini, you know, thick top. It was just this person.
What if she did have a mini skirt,
Yeah, what if she
bikini
did?
top?
It's still, that's what I'm saying. It still doesn't say she's asking for it. That's just her way of expressing herself.
Brooklyn, in the park.
Yeah. She was jogging.
She didn't have no mini skirt. She wasn't asking for it.
Yeah. Now how about if I'm walking down Fifth Avenue, then that's a block I'm not supposed to be walking down because the mother's gonna mother me. Fifth Avenue, the big Fifth Avenue with all the shops that cost you a lot of money to buy something. You know, I'm walking down Fifth Avenue, I want to purchase something, and that's the wrong block because I'm gonna get robbed. If I get robbed on Fifth Avenue, that's the wrong block.
Okay,
You missed
hold up.
the whole point, so, you know.
What's the right block?
Ain't no way,
Okay,
ain't no way you can walk where you can't get robbed.
Okay, what was the point? How did we miss it?
You tell me what block can we walk down that you can't get robbed?
Yeah, John.
It seems to me too, there's a lot of vicarious victimization in our society. We have mass media telling, well, on the nightly news, you can see that people are getting shot, robbed, raped, whatever it may be. And a lot of people sitting back in their living rooms are experiencing some sort of reaction to these events. Very often it's an unrealistic or irrational reaction. As you say, when you're victimized, you have an irrational reaction anyways. Now, if you're identifying with a victim you're seeing over television and you're also having it.
Right.
And so as a consequence, you have people living way out in the suburbs, little blue-haired old ladies, I like to think of them, in front of the television looking at some rapist in the inner city and thinking, oh, we need more laws about this sort of thing. Now, that old lady is the last victim in the world. You know, nobody's going to, chances are, no one's coming out to her housing tract to rape her. But because of her vicarious experience of victimization through the media, she is in league, she feels a bond with the other victims. And isn't, you know, and what I think what I'm trying to say is that this victimization thing can very easily be manipulated by the technology that we have today, and I think it is manipulated.
All right. Yeah.
Also, to add to what Mr. Hodge just said, it occurred to me that at one time when the crack first hit the scene, they only targeted areas like New York and they stereotyped like it to be a particular minority like blacks and Puerto Ricans were advocating or they were the problem behind all of the crack and stuff that was going on. But in time, people brought it to light that it wasn't just in the city areas, that it was all over.
I think you're absolutely right.
So people were influenced or victimized or
right.
I'm sorry to think that it was just one way with the problem.
Okay.
Minorities are the biggest sufferers of this kind of vicarious victimization because you know yourself if there's a black on white crime, or especially with sexual overtones, it's played to the hilt on the media. And that arouses the sentiments in the various communities, and this vicarious victimization is, comes right up. If it's a black on black or Spanish on Spanish, crime, it gets a footnote under the obituaries. And on page 86. But when it's interracial, it's right prominently displayed, and you get a lot of this reaction.
Okay, hold up 1 second. I want to give everybody a few minutes before the video to discuss this, so I want to bring this to an end. Okay, yes, that too. Okay. What I still want you to respect and understand, all the points you're making are valid.
Pitts, A1T, Pitts, A1T, report to maintenance immediately.
Uh-oh.
All the points you're making are valid. Just don't forget the emotional problems that victims suffer. Remember the emotional problems that kids suffer. Remember the McMartin school case. Somebody molested those kids in California.
I don't believe it.
All right, fine. But they say that they were. Okay, now, are they victims or not?
Molested their minds, but...
Give me the gun. Okay, all right. Victims suffer, okay? Whether or not it's vicarious or not, they do suffer. Okay? So we got to remember that we as victims can tend to forget that. Okay? Fine. Okay. This is I don't mind staying to discuss this, but I want to give people time to talk about it. Okay? I don't have any more to say, so don't do it, gentlemen.
You got sexy, baby. What's up? Well, you mine, punk ass nigga.
This nigga try to play me, man. Who you think he is, man? Mad, heart beating, palms sweaty, patient. Gotta calm down. Gotta think something pleasant. Yeah, about to be out of here, man. About to go to board. Take a deep breath. Start talking back to 20, 19, 18, 16. Yeah, alright. Finish.
Sit. Whenever you ready.
Yo, punk ass, you know. You know I'm used to having mine, man, so you better have my carton, my motherfucking octopus, and something to drink, punk ass motherfucker.
Damn, there's gonna be problems, man. This punk motherfucker must got me mixed up with somebody, man. You know? Hands sweaty, heart beating fast. Man, pacing the floor. Let me try to calm down, man, so I can get to New York. Take a couple of deep breaths, think of some pleasant imageries. Kids, be home soon. Your chance to get up there, I want you to be ready. Pay attention.
Look at this ball, man. It's my basketball court. Playing on ball unless you ask me.
Look at my heart beating fast. My palms are sweating. I'm pacing back and forth. I'm trying to calm myself down. I think I'm trouble because I know tomorrow my truck's coming.
F7 and report to the station.
Loud and shit. Take some deep breaths. Yeah. I'm messing with my girl tomorrow.
Yo, man, you better watch where the fuck you going, you bitch ass nigga, man, if I blow your ass up. Fuck wrong with you?
Who the hell does the fuck think he is, man? Fuck that nigga up, man, little jackass motherfucker. Man, I got me pacing the floor, got my hands sweaty, got my heart beating. I gotta calm down. I think I'm gonna sit down for a while. Get some pleasant imageries. get ready to go on this visit tomorrow. Deep breathing. Counting backwards always do it. 20.
Yo, naughty head, you got them cigarettes, man? Yo, you ain't got my cigarettes, man? Yo, you don't got them cigarettes, run the bow dogs, man. Put them on my bed when you come up tonight.
Damn. Brother, come on dissing me like that, man. Heart pumping, adrenaline flowing. Damn, I want to do something. Pacing the floor. Palms are sweating, man. Let me calm down. Calm down. Wow. Think about New York. Think about New York. Take some deep breaths.
You got a razor? You got a razor? You ain't got that fucking razor, man? You better give me a razor, man.
Joe, man. Baby, my hands something, man. Pacing the floor. Heart pumping. Gotta calm down, man. Go home. Chill with my son. You know what I'm saying? Now count backwards, man. I had to relax me just a little bit. 20, 19, 18, 17. Yeah, it ain't worth it, man. I'm just going by my bills.
Good. You on?
Something like going slow. You stupid motherfucker. You ain't listening, man? Going slow, you better have me.
Man. Still salt motherfucker here, boy. I got my hands sweaty and shit. My heart beating. Got me pacing the floor. Damn. Think I better calm down. Shit. Think of something pleasant. Going home. Kids out there. Still need to calm down. Let me count backwards or something. 20, 19, 18. Take a couple deep breaths or something. I feel much better already. Little fella ain't worth it anyway.
Yo, man. Yo, motherfucker, I'm sitting up here fighting for you and shit like that, and you turn around and run like a little bitch. What's wrong with you, huh? Oh, shit. Damn. Motherfucker got me nervous now, that shit, man. Pacing the floor, palms sweating. Got my heart beating fast. Damn. Man, I better calm down. Ah, man. Let me get a couple of deep
Three,
breaths.
that's Giro on the commissary.
Count backwards. 20. 19. 18. 17.
Hey man, I want you to give me some batteries, man, because you used up my other batteries. You better get it, man.
Hey, Tack, people tell me what to do. Got my heart beating, man. Feel like I'm about to have a heart attack or something, man. Pacing the floor like I'm crazy. Palms sweating. Think I better chill out, man. That's what I better do, chill out.
think it's a pleasant imagery or something, man. Got a visit coming up this Saturday. Take a few deep breaths or something, man. Try to count backwards like I usually do, man. 20, 19, 18. Like that, man. I'm gonna take a walk, man. Forget all about this. Good.
Yo, Ron, what's up with that box on your desk? Make sure you have the box in front of my motherfucking house by noon.
Man, oh man, it's got me pacing the floor. Damn. Heart is beating, man. Palms sweating. Don't understand. I think I better calm down. I think it's some pleasant immaturity because I'll be going home soon. It ain't worth it. I don't want to be going to the box. Take a couple of deep breaths. Try a little counting backwards. Maybe that'll work. Help me. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. That ain't worth it. I think I'm gonna leave it alone. Good.
Yo, money. You know them cigarettes, right? Act like you don't want to pay.
Rodriguez,
Infirmary too far, okay?
D6,
How about
0F4, report to the stage.
What's wrong with you, man? You're trying to take advantage of me because I'm a pimp, right? I understand that. Damn, I mean, limping and shit. Yeah, heart beating all fast. Man, palms just sweating. Damn, boy, I gotta calm down immediately, boy, because if I don't, I better just calm down. Take some deep breaths. Think of my old lady and the kids, you know? Yeah, I think I better count backwards too, you know? Oh, yeah. So a whole lot of cousin. Yeah, that ain't worth it no way. All right. Come on.
Group 4, H row, on the commissary.
Yo, man, got a situation every day. Man, see my heart pumping. Man, you know, my passion to throw. Yeah. My palms sweating. I better calm down. But you know, it's very, you know, it's unusual. He's out there. My wife, I'm everything. I want to break, you know. I want to break too. You know. I don't come to you.
Yeah, you told me it's on your house alone. I seen it. I read it, as a matter of fact. Who wants to do role play with,
Do I gotta be first?
No, you don't have to be first. I want to know who wants to do role play with,
I do it. I'm going to do it.
You shot? Who? You
I'm
just?
gonna do it, yeah.
All right. The last time you went, you was the internal, the external or the internal trigger?
I was the one who talked. I was the intern. You know, so
External.
External, yeah. One who's
Do you know? What's internal?
Internal is how you react.
What's external?
The one who go press up on you. Last time I was the internal. I sat here and said,
All right, try to look that up for him right quick. Don't look like we're going.
Well, let's do this, man. Let's get on with this class.
You know what? You know what is? You know what's important that I need to see in the role plays?
Remind them.
You guys are not listening. You're gonna miss this. You're not listening, T. You the main one running up and down the hall every 5 minutes asking me about this video, and every 5 minutes I gotta tell you I'm looking at you all the time with this interruption. Listen. Listen, you know what I need to see from everyone here? I'm not saying everyone's not doing this, because some guys did good, foolproof role plays last week. All right? You guys got to get more into the role play, meaning emotionally. You guys got to get more into the role play. Put more of you into the role play. Don't just go through the motions of
Hey, yo, you ain't got my cigarettes and shit yet? Hey, yo, man, you better have mine, man. That's word to mother, man. I'm not playing either, man.
Oh, here we go again, man. Look around here. Oh, this. Got my palms all sweaty and shit. Heart beating fast, you know. Stuttering, tongue-tied. Man, let me try to calm down, man. Maybe some pleasant imagery, you know. Get me to go to the bar soon. Yeah, it's all right. Take a couple of deep breaths. Count backwards. 20, 19, 18, 17. Yeah, he ain't worth it. Chill.
good role play.
Hey, yo, Robert. My car's not fixed, all right? Fix my fucking car, man. This is the last time I come here. Fix my goddamn car. I'm gonna bust your ass.
Got my mind all blocked. My hands all sweaty. Got me walking around like a clown. Heart still pumping. Calm down. Think about my family. Think about getting them out of here. Going home. Count backwards. Take a couple of deep breaths. 16, 15, 14. I don't think that brother's worth it.
Alright, so remember what else?
Hey, you punk motherfucker. Remember me, man, that you bumped into the other time, brother? You do that one more time, man. You let that calm down, man. I'm gonna bust your ass. Pussy ass nigga.
You're gonna have me go off of here, man. Oh, man. Got my palms sweat. Got me pacing, man. Man. Got my heart beating fast, man. Can't even talk straight. Man, let me calm down, man. Hold up. Calm down.
Think of something pleasant, man. Go to the board. 7 months. Probably having a visit. My mom's and I'm supposed to come up and see me. That'll be good. You know what I'm saying? I think I could. Man. Count back. That works. 20. 19. 18. 17. Let me do some deep breathing. Feel much better. He ain't working.
Forward, man.
Your style. What about Molly Tape style? You ain't got the about Molly Tape? Got tape style, man.
This fucking pumpkin kids, man. Got my arms sweaty, heart beating fast, walking up and down, around the palm down. Take a seat, man. Think of something nice and pleasant. Walk around my little baby. Read a book or something. Get your mind out the situation.
Going backwards. 20, 19, 18, 17.
Nah, doing nothing. Nah, Roxy. Good role play.
Si no está en otro come usuario, ¿no? ¿Tú ves mí? ¿Ah?
This guy, don't face the floor. I swear.
Speak up.
My heart beating. Hard. What do we do, man? Kind of backwards. Take a deep breath. Kind of backwards. 20. 19. 18. 17. He's not worth it.
All right, good role play.
Hey, Shorty, what's up, pretty girl? Jump in the yard, you gonna be with me, okay? I pop you, okay, baby?
Slick, man. This nigga got me pacing the floor. Got my palms sweat. Got my heart beating. Think I better calm down. Calm down. Deep breathing.
President.
I think I better count back. 20, 19, 18. Matter of fact, let me think about.
President. Yeah.
Right. Got my family out there. Got shit. Nigga ain't even worth it.
Good role play.
All right, good role play.
What's up, man?
What's up?
You like to make your face, bro. It wasn't you in college too, man, before, man?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, you was? Oh, yeah, I thought so, man.
Leaders, man. Thought them days was over with. I got my hands sweating. Got me pacing the floor. Stomach hurting. Oh, man. Oh, my heart beating. I don't know what to do about this. Let me calm down. Let me calm down. That's what. Think about going home. Getting out of the shuffle of this world out here. Can't be doing this mess no more. Got kids at home. Nice job. Everything's working okay. I need those headaches. Taking some deep breaths. Counting backwards usually help me out. It's helped me out pretty good, yeah. Okay. 20. 19. 18. 17. 16. It ain't working. I'm going about my business. I'm chill.
Good role play.
Man, you something soft ass Chicago nigga, man. Stop walking around here like you bad, man.
Oh man, this sucker, boy, I'm gonna kick this butt, boy. Got my hands pacing. My hands sweating. Got me pacing the floor. Got my heart beating. Better calm down before I get in trouble. Take some deep breath. Now I can count back and use to calm me down. 20, 19, 18, 17. Better think of something else. I'll be going home pretty soon. Be with my family. Man, he ain't worth it. I gotta take a walk. Good role play. Come on.
Funny how we meet up these days. I ain't got no crutches this day, Pop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what it is, right?
Yeah. This guy got so nerve for coming to me and threatening me. Got my palms sweating. Got my heart pumping real fast. Got my mind racing faster than a motherfucker. Got me walking in circles. Let me slow down and backtrack. Let me calm myself. Think of pleasant things. Going home, staying with my family. Walk around a little. Count backwards. Take a couple of deep breaths. It really ain't worth it. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, and.
¿Qué pasó, bro? ¿Qué pasó?
Agárralo, lo pasa así. ¿Qué fue? Lo más guapo que tranquilo. Este tipo. Me quita lo mío. Me pone a caminar como un bobo aquí, las manos sudadas. Y el corazón que no quiere salir. Vamos a cogerlo suave con este tipo. Mejor pongo a contar para atrás. 20, 19, 18. Vamos a pensar en mi familia. Voy a salir de aquí. ¿Sabes? Me falta poquito para salir. Ya me siento mejor ya.
Yo, listen, Pete, Ray just told me you was talking behind my back, man. I don't appreciate that kind of shit. Next time you talk behind my back, you have a real serious problem.
Man, I don't believe this guy talking behind his back. Are you nuts? My hands all sweaty. My heart beating. Walking around, pacing like a fool. No, I gotta calm down, man. This guy. I don't know. Take a deep breath. Count backwards. 20, 19, 18, 17. Think of something nice, man. Going home. Gotta get out of this place. Home with my kids and all that. Yeah, this guy just ain't worth it, man.
Watch the film, man. My car. I just let her use it for a few minutes. She got all banged up. What size that scratch? I mean, I had to go up to the apartment, man. I just bought the car yesterday. Man. Let me control myself. I do love her, man, but hands are all sweaty. I got that nervous feeling all in my stomach. My heart's beating fast. Pacing. I need to control myself here. Deal with this in a rational way. Rational way of thinking. Take a few deep breaths. Yeah, it feels better. A little bit of control of myself. Just try counting backwards. That works once in a while. 20, 19, 18, 17. Think of something pleasant. Yeah, 4th of July is the day after tomorrow. Taking the family out to the beach. We got a good day planned. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better now. Let me go for a long walk here in front.
Hey, yo, you want to take this out? You see me walk down here? You don't walk it to me, alright? Watch where the fuck you going if I slap the shit out of you, alright?
This nigga think he is, man. I think I'm gonna blow this motherfucker up. Damn. Got my arms swinging a lot. Legs feel watery. Feel myself getting hot. I think I better cool down. Take a steam. Pleasant memory, always do it. We're going to visit this week. Family come up. Haven't seen them for a while. You know what I'm saying? Get a good laugh, see. Let me count to 20 backwards. I always do it. 20, 19, 18, 17. Yeah, these deep breaths. That's it.
Good roll.
Yo, money, what's wrong with you, man? Yo, brother, man, I'm gonna have to, yo, get up out of my face.
Punk motherfucker trying to play me, man. I'm tired of these niggas trying to play me, man. Tired of going through this bullshit all over again, man. Can't wait to get the fuck up out of here, man. Word up, I might hurt somebody in this motherfucker, man. Damn, nigga got me pacing the fucking floor. Got me cursing like I'm crazy. Got me breathing hard. I better calm down, man. Calm down. Got a visit coming up. You know? Girl coming up. I ain't see her in 4 months. It's good. You know? Count backwards. Works. 20. 19, 18, 17, 16. Man, I think I'll go take a walk. He ain't working. Good roll.
Yeah, didn't I tell you I had Knicks on the basketball court, man? Trying to play me, man. I'm telling you, next time you do that, I'm gonna punch you in your face.
Yeah, this motherfucking German must be crazy, man. I just got through with one of them niggas last week. God damn. This motherfucker got me stuttering, hands sweating, head sweating. Damn, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm trying to calm down, man. God damn. Man. You know, on this phone, man, call up this cutie, man. Have a good conversation with her. That normally works. Take a couple of deep breaths. It comes backwards from 20, 20, 19, 18, 17. Yeah, I'm a little better already. Yeah, let me go ahead. He ain't even worth it.
Good roll.
Jose, what's up, man? You got the motherfucking cigarettes or what? Didn't I tell you put that on the thing, man, or what? Man, get my shit, man.
Goddamn punk or something, man. I can't front you, I'm scared, man. My heart pumping. And my legs curling up. Shaking. Man. Slow down, man. Get ready to go home, man. Ball. shower, man. Slow down for a little bit. Think about my girl, man. Take this walk, man. He ain't working.
Big stupid motherfucker, man. I asked you to get up to do a motherfucking role play. You sit there gritting your motherfucking teeth, man. Let me lock the motherfucking dentures out your motherfucking mouth. Grit that, punk.
Brother just don't know, boy. Some Lord God, some boy don't know. Pacing the floor. Heart is racing. Should do him now, should do him now. Should do him now. Shaking. See him hanging. Let me cool out, man. Let me calm down, man. Let me calm down. Just hurry up. I gotta go home. I got a lot to lose, man. A lot to lose. Brother home, in the hospital. Too much to lose, man. Take some deep breath. Count backwards, maybe it'll help. 1, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. I'm gonna take a walk, man.
Good.
Hey, yo, Chico, man. When I come back from the bubble tonight, man, have that radio on my cube, all right? So I can listen to it, man. It's the third day in a row you dissed me with the radio, man. Let them other niggas hold it, man. Word up.
Nigga, who you think I am? Nigga, crazy. So, pissed off. I'm gonna bust this nigga head. Breathing hard. Got me stuttering. My legs shaking. Better calm down. I'll be going home in 2 more days. I know if I do, I'm gonna hurt him. Take some deep breath. That used to calm me down. Going home, see my daughter. I ain't seen her in 5 years. My mother. Man. She come back from the state used to be happy. 20, 19, 18. I think I go and write my mother. Cause he ain't worth it.
Good, bro.
Hey man, have your gym shoes under my bed, cause you better have it, boy. I told you I want those gym shoes.
Tired of niggas pushing up on mine, man. Talking about you want to use my sneakers, man. Got me walking around like I'm a clown, man. Feeling like I'm about to have a heart attack or something, man. Hands all sweaty. But I better just slow down, man. Think about it, man. Think of something pleasant, man. Got a visit coming up. Mom might bring my daughter with her. Try taking a couple of deep breaths or something, man. See if that helps. I should come back. That usually works too. 20, 19, 18, 17. Yeah, I feel better already, man. I think I'm gonna take a walk, man, and forget about that.
Good roll, sir.
Johnson, this report is wrong. I got a meeting in 2 hours. I want it done and done right, or you find yourself a new job.
Tired of this boss, man. I'm gonna punch him in his face, you know what I'm saying? Need this job to feed my family and everything. Pay for the food. Jaws tight. Get sweaty. And calm down, man. Well, something pleasant. Vacation coming in 2 weeks. Go behind and settle with my wife, chill out. Take some deep breaths. Count back. 20, 19, 18. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Can't lose my job anymore. Hey, yo, man. Tired of my sister calling, telling me that you've been beating her up, man. You better hit my sister again, man. I'm gonna hurt you, man.
Let's fucking sister. Should kick this motherfucker's ass. Man, what the fuck is he doing? This motherfucker. I'll get your ass one day. The fuck? Man, God damn. Oh, shit. Man, God damn. Let me try to calm down, nigga. God damn. Fucking head hurt. God! Fucking how I'm doing, man. Pacing back and forth. I got a job to do. Let me calm down here, man. Go to movies tonight. Take my lunch break. Get some lunch. He ain't worth it. Let me get out of here.
Go ahead. Cause see my nanny thing.
Dale. Hey, Tiburon, when I call you, you know, why you come? I'm tired.
What was this guy? Crazy son? I'm gonna get you, man. I'm gonna get you. I'm walking back and forth. Nervous. I'm sure. Sweaty. Everything's gonna be my wife, my kid. Where's God now? Let me come. Visit. Gotta think of my family, my kids out there. That calm down. Think of my stuff. Come down, come backwards. 20. 19. 18. That'll be worse for me. Like that. Good roll. Oye, maricón, yeah, you got my money? That's my money. You better get mine, man. You better get it. My bust your shit, right? I ain't
second time told me that bullshit. But it's my pot sweating. Hot pumping. Passing the floor. It's better than calm down. Can't be bad, boy. 19, 18, 17. They break. Listen, I have my key up there, my wife, my mother, my house, and everything. And I forget it.
Good.
Go back and forth. Look at it. Look at it. He's going crazy. And I haven't done nothing to it.
You want me to drag it to you?
Is you pushing what?
I don't care.
No.
Let's just do it.
Because right now
It's recording.
recording.
Yeah, right now looks like it is. Press the videotape. Videos. Over here, all the way to no, over here. Right about there. Video and TV. Press that. Okay. How did that go off? Put it on pause.
It's messed up, man. My dog got hit by a truck, man. Oh, I think he's crippled. Doctor said he might not live, man. Love that dog.
Oh. Well, that's messed up. I know you're feeling all messed up, know what I'm saying? Yo, I understand how you feel and everything. It's messed up, you know what I'm saying? That you feel all messed up and everything. Don't sweat it. Your dog got a new dog.
Stop that.
Just came out of the room, man. Like crazy. I was talking to Luther about, you know, me and him doing my work and stuff in the dorm and stuff like that, man. And it was like, you know, it was more or less like the councils was like, so fucking what, you know, and, you know, it's a lot of headaches. Made a couple suggestions because a lot of the guys don't want to do the work assignments we got assigned, man, you know. Really got me pissed off, man, because it should be resolved in one thing. You just can't change everything over at one time.
Yeah, man. I know what you're talking about, man. I know how you feel, you know, by you doing all this work and stuff, you know, listening to Luther and stuff, you know, and I understand that, man. I understand what you're going through right now.
Stop it.
And it's like, yo, they ain't tripping about this thing about the cleanup and everything, man. I keep telling them that everybody's not down with this cleanup. We're not used to this. We used to have reporters and stuff on the door, man. Luther's pissed off because they're like, you know, they're giving him a hard time because he's cleaning up and everything. I help him out because he's my man, you know. Hey, look out for each other, you know. It's really got me, you know, messed up, man. I'm pissed off about it.
Yeah, I see you, man. Jen could set up a problem about cleaning up and stuff. Man, you know, I understand what you're going through, how you feel right now. They work hard, you know, all day. Maybe I should tell them how, you know, tell them I understand what's going through right now. Hey, James.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I understand what you're going through, you know, about this cleanup and stuff like that, and they won't give you a break, you know. I can sympathize with that, man. You know, maybe I can. That's the problem, you know. Trying to sit here and get this letter done past 2 or 3 days. Got this program at 5 o'clock. By the time we get back over to the dorm, 8 o'clock. By the time we get in the shower, get ready to relax. Well, it's almost time for lifetime. I haven't been getting that letter done yet. Yeah, I understand how you feel, man, but, you know, just take your time, man, everything will come out all right.
Pause.
Right. Problem, man, every time I try to write this letter, they always call me patrol, man. Every time we come back from the shower,
too late for me to do it then. By the time we get out of the program, get back to the dorm, by the time I take a shower and try to relax, get this letter done, I never get the chance to do it.
Damn, man, I understand, man. He's feeling kind of fucked up, man. And maybe to get his mail out and things, you know. You go over here and talk to him, man. Let's get my key up.
Listen, man, I understand your situation because I have the same type of problem myself every now and then, you know? Just, you know, take your time, man. Everything will come out all right.
Boss.
What's up, man? Listen, man, I just got off the phone, man. My cousin got married, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of happy for her, man, but I'm sad, you know what I'm saying, that I wasn't able to be there, man. I understand how you feel, right? That's it?
Thor just got hit by a truck, you know, and he might die. Or if he don't die, he might be crippled.
Man, I sure do feel kind of bad, you know what I'm saying? I really feel kind of bad because the dude got hit by a car and everything, he might die.
Sure.
I think I should tell him, you know what I'm saying, that I understand how you feel, or whatever. You know, man, I understand how you feel. You know, got hit by a car and everything. Don't sweat. Just called my house and my mother broke her leg, man. You know what I'm saying? That's messed up, man.
Man, I know you're feeling bad from what he's saying, you know? I know he's feeling kind of bad, you know what I'm saying, because that's his mom's. I think I'll let him know, you know what I'm saying, how I feel about it. Yo, man, I know how you're feeling, because, you know, my sister broke her leg 3 weeks ago, man. I know you're in a sad mood.
Hey Larry, remember that 57 Chevy I always wanted? I finally found one. 15 grand. Sounds good, huh?
Wow, he's been looking for a 57 Chevy for a long time. He really looks happy. Maybe we should tell him how to understand how he feels. Pete, I know you've been looking for that car for a long time, and so it really makes you happy to find it. Congratulations. Yep. Peter, I took my paperwork back from the pro board. I made the board, man. I'm going home. After 15 years in jail, I'm going home, but even though I'm going home, I'm a little scared about it, but I'm looking forward to it.
I know how this guy feels, and he must be happier than he should. Yeah, that's pretty good, Larry. Yeah, hope you a lot of luck. Stay out of trouble.
Thanks a lot.
Oh.
Thanks.
Now this not waiting to see the board, man. I'm made, man. I'm happy, man. I'm about to go home in a couple of months, man. I'm just happy, man.
Nice brother, dude. It's good he's going home. He's really happy, man. I wonder how you feel about it. Tell him
Just I went to see the board today. They told me I made it, man.
What?
And man, I feel happy, man.
It's good, man. Just made the board. Happy for him, man. Bet you feel a little better if I was to tell him that I feel good for him that he made the board. Yo, my brother, man, I'm glad you made the board, man. He's a young brother, and I'm glad you're going home. Understand how to feel. Just word the mother. The name of it is called My Cause. It ain't no joke. They can't see me on the rap tip, man. They definitely can't. Happy, man.
Yeah, I can see how this brother feel. Only day we was in jail doing you rapping. I know you feel happy. I know you feel happy. Maybe I should tell him how you feel, right the way you should feel. Maybe I should tell him. Maybe I should tell him.
Take two. Hey, yo, I just cut my first demo, man. The name of it is called My Cause. It ain't no joke. They cannot see me on the rap tip, on the strength.
Yeah, I understand how these brothers feel. We was in jail, sung, rapped all night in the bathroom. I'm just happy for him, man. I should just come out and maybe I'll make him feel better if I come out and tell him how you feel, man. Yeah, Siobhan, man, I'm happy for you, man. You know what I'm saying? You finally reached that goal of rhyming, man. I understand how you feel, brother.
Mark, I just landed this new job, man. I could get this car I always wanted, man. I've been waiting 6 months for this job. I'm glad I got it, man.
Oh, man, I must know how this brother feels now, man. Finally got him a job. Might be able to buy him a car. I should tell him how good I feel about that. Hey, yo, Chico, man, that's good you got that job, man. It's possible to get that job, man. I'm glad for you, man.
Man, I just got this new job, man. I could get this car I always wanted. I've been waiting 6 months to get this job, man. I'm so happy I got it.
That's fair, man. Might be able to buy him a car. Man, I think I should tell him I understand how he feel. Hey, yo, Chico, man, I understand how you feel about that job you got, man. I hope you get that car, man. Congratulations. Man, me and my wife Joyce, we got back together last night, man. Yeah, she coming back over tonight, man. I really feel good about that. We got back together.
Man, I'm glad Mario got back with his wife. He was always crying on my shoulder about getting back with Joyce. Man, I better tell him how I feel. That I feel happy for him. Hey, Mark, man. I really feel good about you getting back with your wife Joyce, man. I hope everything work out this time.
That came on to ball.
Not much.
Like confused, brother, man. My girl, she just wrote me, man. After it's about 16 months since I've been down. You know what I'm saying? She never brought my baby up here to come and see me, but now she's trying to get back with me and things like that, man. Exactly, man. I just don't know what to do right now.
Damn, I understand this brother from the fuck up. You know what I'm saying, man? It's wisdom ain't bring his little daughter up to him since she's been down. I think I should tell him how you feel. Be okay, son? So, man, I think, you know, I understand your feelings about wisdom and bringing your daughter up since you've been down. I understand you feel upset and everything, but you'll get over it. You know, man, go home in 2 days, you know what I'm saying? Go home, finally get a chance to be with my son, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things I want to do with him. And I feel real happy, man.
Man, I just feel how that brother feeling, man. You know what I'm saying? Finally go home and go see his son. Let that brother know I understand how he feeling. Yo, that's bomb, man. That's good, brother. I understand the way you feeling, man. You feeling real happy that you get to go home and see your son, brother. And I'm sure you'll work it out when you get there, brother. Peace.
What's up, shorty?
Hey, yo, I'm glad I got in the ART program. You know why? I ran across this DJ, Biz Marquis, you know? One of the counselors and stuff, you know, and I'm really happy I met him.
Yeah, I'm really happy for this kid. You always, you know what I'm saying, like to order books about Biz Marquis, like on Biz Marquis shit, you know what I'm saying? So I should tell him how I really feel about him joining ART so he can meet Biz Marquis. Yo, man, understand, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, what's up, shorty? Man, I feel good today. I came in the ART program and...
Hey, what's that? I'm the blue down in the dump, bro.
Yeah, yeah, you know, like, just this past April, man, I went to the parole board, and my wife was looking forward, really, to me being released. She was all prepared, and here I am, ready to do another 2 years, and it's bearing down on the family and myself, too, you know.
I understand how y'all feels, you know, he wants to go home. Not be given the shot to go, he's gonna be kind of upset, but I know he needs this for your lady. So I think I better let him know that I understand what he's going through. Hey, listen now, I want you to know, man, that I understand how you feel, though.
Yeah, I'm glad you do that. Been a good friend, man.
Yo, man, let's
all
go
the
now.
time
You somebody
gonna leave it off.
First video shot.
Butterflies all over my stomach, man. I don't even know.
Come on, y'all gotta get together a little more.
You the beat.
I'm the dancer. You the beat pop.
No, who the beat, man? Somebody just
Somebody
get
the beat. I'm the dancer.
Come on, man. Now y'all, all that noise in the goddamn bathroom, y'all want to be on wax, man. You gotta kick it, Ken.
Are you recording that? A 1, 2. I said, Jay, don't forget that. Can't you see that? Black is a fact of propagation. One love, one nation. That's what we are. Not just a population. All those hostile, anti-black submission acts must cease to attack. That's not how we intended to be. That was reality. But I'll strive for the ultimate equality. It's not my nature.
to hate you, but if you oppose me, yo, I have to take you out without a doubt because I have a big clout to rock about the city of stores that we can't do without. Now did I stutter? No word to the mother. Now you know that there's no other way to display what I have to say. This is not shameful to me, so I say it anyway. Us as a people should do equal, not just waiting for another symbol to the civil rights, in which the government doesn't really like. But I don't care, I express this from my elites, who's complete and unity. It stays very healthy until Allah of God, our praises will be. Now did you catch my drift? Yo, so stay with me. And don't just take me as a common exhibit of a rapper, whose only means is just getting paid. But I'll admit this, I'm due to getting laid. Should I say love by a pretty female dove who can't respect me and put me above other materialistic things people go all up for? That's not good. I want to open the doors to your mind so that you can shine. Keep a smile on your face, because in time I know that we'll be free. It doesn't mean that things is getting easy. We have to stay strong and keep ourselves together. In other words, yo, things will get better. Go, Hebrew! Go, Hebrew! Go, go, go!